Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Compassion and Courage, Conversations in Healthcare. I'm your host, Marcus and This is the platform, this is the podcast where I teach compassionate communication, provide perspective, and inspire resilience, all with assistance from my beautiful co-host, The Hotness.
Good day.
Good day. So we had some recent adventures that we'd like to share with you. So I have been fond of saying over the last probably 10 years or so that Uber is the second greatest invention ever for blind people. Now, I'm not sure that every blind person would agree with me on that, but for me, it is. The only thing that surpasses how great Uber has been for my life as a person who is blind is the ability to use the iPhone on which to use the Uber app. So between the iPhone and the Uber app, I feel like so many of the issues that used to really kind of plague my life about ground transportation have been taken away. And I'm not specifically talking about Uber, but any type of ride share. And so I am such a big fan of rideshare. And I remember the first time I ever got in an Uber, I was just sure that I was going to get axe murdered. I was just absolutely certain that the person driving that car was going to leave me dead in a ditch somewhere. And then after about
What
three
are
or
you, my
four,
mother?
apparently, yeah, which is kind of crazy because I'm not usually someone who is just strictly driven by fear,
No,
even if that person driving is an axe murderer.
no, you're not at all.
I try not to be. I try to be very rational. And I think after a couple of rides, after I got the hang of it, I realized, okay, everybody's just out here trying to make a buck, just like me. So nothing to be worried about. Now, having said that, I have had some incredible experiences with drivers. I'm sure you have too. I have
Incredibly
had
good or bad or
both, but I was
and
primarily
crazy.
and crazy. I was primarily speaking about the good, though. I mean, I sat in the back of a guy's Uber several years ago and ended up writing the foreword to his book. I know that you have gotten out of Ubers and after sharing some time with a driver, have hugged that person. I saw you do this in Europe several times. We
Yes.
had a connection and a brief conversation, and the next thing you know, hey, we bonded. That's the power of listening to other people's stories. But this last trip that we took, we didn't have anything super like special like that, but boy, did we have some oddball experiences.
It was like the tour of Uber craziness.
Uber craziness in rideshare cars. Yeah.
Right, right. It wasn't just Uber by any means.
And I didn't really believe this until about 2 or 3 days into the trip, and you started pointing out all the crazy things that had gone wrong.
In 4 different cities.
And
Or
close enough,
yeah.
yeah. First ride that we took, got pulled over. We're flying down the highway, and all of a sudden, from behind us, I hear someone saying, "Pull over to the side of the road." And I was like, "We're getting pulled over?"
On a massive
On a
bridge.
massive, yeah, let's just say that. On a massive bridge. And you know, you and I don't think realized that we were flying down the road, but apparently then when the police officer came up, he's like, "I clocked you doing 86 back there." I was like, Marlene and I are just chit-chatting in the back seat, apparently not paying a whole lot of attention to how fast the driver is going. That was the first time I got a ticket in a car. Now, on the way home from that event, we got picked up by another car, and we're flying down the highway again, probably on that same bridge going the other way. And all of a sudden, past my right ear, and I'm sitting here in the passenger rear of the car, all of a sudden, past my right ear, I hear something that sounds like fireworks. It's this kind of thing. And then I hear it again, and it goes the other way. And I just reached over to you and touched you, and I was like, "Bug?" Yes. A We were in the South, let's just say that. And there was some kind of bug. You know, they grow everything bigger in the South. This bug was like a 16-inch cockroach. I might
That's
be
huge.
exaggerating, but this is a big bug, and it was right next to my ear. So, what do you do when you got a bug that's right next to your ear and it's big and flying around, well, I couldn't exactly kill it, but at least I could open up the window and hope that it would fly out. Now, as soon as I open up that window, though, I have nothing except air noise coming in from the road. I can't hear anything. So I'm like slapping at you on the leg saying, get this thing out of here. I can't tell where it is. And you're grabbing, I don't know, a floor mat or something like that, trying to brush this bug out of the car while we're doing 70 miles an hour down the road.
No, I have to tell you what I did.
Oh, what did you do?
Oh, you didn't know the hero that I was?
Tell me the hero that you were.
Oh, I picked up a small napkin and I had to grab it and in my
In your
hand
hand.
and throw it. I did litter though, but I threw it out the window.
You didn't have to start with the fact that you littered,
But it was true.
but it was true.
So, but I had to hold it in my hand and toss
To actually
it.
get rid of
Yes,
this
me who is
ginormous bug.
just a total bug paranoid freak, scared all the time.
Yeah, so that was Uber number 2,
But I
right?
saved us
You saved
because you
us,
couldn't reach it. It was behind you where you couldn't reach it, but I had to get it over your head
and I couldn't hear it anyway, so I wouldn't have, I just been flopping my arms around like a
and make it jump on me.
wounded duck.
So it was self-preservation there.
So that was Uber ride number 2 of the trip. Gosh, Uber ride number 3. Now, again, it's people's cars. They can do what they want, but
Sure.
a lot of times, whenever I get in a car, I want it to at least be kind of clean. Nope. Next Uber that we got in, there is a proper term for Cheeto dust, although I don't know what that proper term is.
Your dad probably does.
That could be a possibility. That could be a very strong possibility. But there's Cheeto dust all over the floor in the back seat, and Elliot has to lay in Cheeto dust. And of course, he doesn't just lay in Cheeto dust, but he's licking it off the floor. And I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna get dysentery or malaria or something like that from licking this person's floorboards. So that was what Uber ride number
That was number
3.
three, I think.
And this was not funny. This was not a lighthearted look at the road, but I got denied entry once again to an Uber driver who refused to take me because of a dog. If you know anybody who has a legitimate service dog, this is not an uncommon occurrence. We of course went through all the protocols, what you need to tell the rideshare people in turning in this individual, blah blah blah. But that was not such a lighthearted moment, and I know that we got back to the hotel after that, and you just threw your arms around me and you said, you cannot let this bother you. This is one bad driver who refused you service, refused us service. You said you got to let this go and not let this bother you. You said we had a good time so far on this trip. Let's not let this one individual ruin the trip. And I got to tell you how much perspective and comfort that gave me to say, look, I can shake this off, right? I can shake off these other crazy drivers because they leave me with good stories. This wasn't a good story, but I can still shake this off. So there is a lot of unexpected stuff that happens anytime you're traveling the country, much less when you're doing it with a dog and you're blind. So, yeah, we hope that these stories here give you a little something to laugh about. But this is just all part of the adventure that we get to do in life.
I know. Sometimes people think it might be kind of glamorous to be on the road.
And sometimes it is.
It is.
Sometimes it's cool.
It's the most wonderful life because we get to meet people and share their stories and hear how life is treating them and what they're getting to experience with this journey, and we love it.
And we get to go cool places sometimes too.
We do.
Frequently.
And we get to be in really cool cars sometimes. We got to be in a Dodge Charger, so that was really cool. But but sometimes we're in the back with Cheeto dust and the windows down, blowing it in our face. So, but it is really an amazing adventure, no matter what. And when you approach it, I love that quote about approaching with curiosity, and looking at as I'm curious about what this is going to be. That saves us a lot when we approach it with Wonder what car's going to come up. Wonder what's going to happen this
Right,
time.
right. It's always an adventure.
just
Always an adventure.
just being curious
Yeah.
saves us a lot of aggravation. Just being
Just
curious.
being curious, yeah. And even whenever something aggravating does happen, which is gonna come up because it's 2022 and we're traveling the country. So say no more about that. But when it does come up, having a partner, having somebody by your side who can help you get it together, help you say, look, this is not a big deal. We're going to move on past this. We're going to let this go. Super valuable to me. I have to think it's valuable for other people too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got a T-shirt on this trip that we got to go hear one of the things we got to do was hear a fun little concert. And I grabbed a T-shirt because I loved this quote, and I think it saves the day for most days that how to end a good day. Do you remember this quote?
Absolutely. This is one of the quotes that I live my life by. And for those of you who are like me and who are huge music fans, this artist that we got to see is a guy named Ray Wiley Hubbard. And one of the quotes from one of his songs is one that I live my life by. And they just happen to have it on this T-shirt. So we got it. What is it?
It says, "The days I keep my gratitude higher than my expectations, I have really good days." And boy, when I saw that, I was like, I'm not a big T-shirt person, but when I saw that, it's probably backwards on your screen if you're watching it. But I was like, man, if we can remember that, keeping your gratitude higher than your expectations. And I thought of that with an Uber. I am more grateful for the fact that we can call,
We have technology
that we
that
have the
exists.
technology that we can get a ride somewhere where we need to go quick and fast and easy and get there safely, even if it's with Cheetos on us, that we can get there safely. I'm more excited about that than I am worried about the fact that I have Cheetos on me. Then I end up with a really good day.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that so much. So I snagged this, and we might fight over who wears it.
Yeah, we
We
might.
might share it. I might cut the neck out so it looks cuter on me.
That'll definitely look like the
Look like the appropriate T-shirt.
like the redneck
Ray Wiley Hubbard
that
is.
Ray Wiley Hubbard would
So-
approve of. Yeah, keeping your
So-
gratitude higher than your expectations. If that's the key to having a good day, that's what I'm determined to try to do.
Yeah, and that seems like something, gratitude here, expectations here, and that's a good way to rebound and having a pretty
Having
good
a really
day.
good day. Having a really good day. So I hope you all will also keep your gratitude higher than your expectations, and hope you got at least a little entertainment out of some of our fun road adventures. So again, this is Compassion and Courage: Conversations in Healthcare, the podcast where we teach compassionate communication, provide perspective, and inspire resilience. Thank you to everyone who continues to rate and review and share and comment and subscribe and all those fun social media things. We very much appreciate you and appreciate your interaction for helping us get the word out. We will see you next time on the next episode of Compassion and Courage.